Forgetting your past is setting yourself free to pursue your future and to pursue a version of yourself that has been waiting for you to get to it. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. In this video today, I'm going to show you how forgetting your past can help propel you into your future. Let's get into it.
Lately I've been mean, I've been cutthroat, peep how they stuck though, me on the up though.
If you're someone like me, you've probably struggled a little bit forgetting your past. And what that looks like is struggling to sleep at night, struggling to move past old behaviors and habits because you are giving so much room in your mind to an older version of yourself that no longer exists. But the more you give thought to it, the longer that version of yourself stays alive. What if I told you that even God, Yahuwah, he forgets our transgressions, he forgets our sins for his sake to propel you to the future that he created you for? In Isaiah, it talks about how God blots out our transgressions for his own sake. When I read that, I had to Google transgression just to make sure I knew what that meant. So transgression is an act that goes against or violates a law, rule, code of conduct, or moral principle. So if you read it with the definition, it would sound a little something like, I am he who blots out every act that you committed that goes against my laws, rules, codes of conduct, and moral principles. And he does that for his name's sake and forgets your sin so that past doesn't corrupt the future that he's trying to get you to. So if that is the mindset of the Most High Yahuwah, and we're created in his image and we have his likeness, that means that we have the mind of Christ as well, which gives us the green light to relinquish the hold that our past version of ourselves has on ourselves that keeps us from getting to our future. The longer you think about something, the more space it has in your mind. That resident is occupying the apartment of your mind and it's living rent free, but you're paying for it. You're paying for it in restless nights, intrusive thoughts that you can't seem to shake. The more you have those thoughts on a loop, the more that past stays alive, the more it has control and power over you. Now, God didn't give us that machine in Men in Black where, they press the button and it, completely wipes your mind clean. But he did give us his word, and that is renewal every day. The more that we feed that into our head, the more it pushes out everything that he can't use, everything that he's already forgot. It's us that is taking the time to forget over time and more so no longer think about it. Because the more that you replace thoughts of failure, thoughts of past circumstances that don't, no longer serve you, the more space you have for productivity, the more space you have for effective habits, the more space you have for doing efficient, effective tasks in your daily life. Forgetting your past doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes discipline, and it takes you deciding what's more important, my past or my future. Your past is trying to stay alive. It is trying to keep you in a state that feeds it with your energy, with your behaviors. Once you start to step into a different direction, it's almost like your past becomes afraid. It's like, oh no, what about me? I can't come. And you have to decide whether you want to step into the future and everything else that you haven't created yet, or if you want to stay in a place that hasn't changed at all. If someone was to bring you a shirt that you wore in the 5th grade, you'd probably struggle to fit into it because you've outgrown it. When you get to a place where you realize I've outgrown this stage of my life. I need a different size now. I need a different garment to wear. The future only has room for the new. It only has room for everything undiscovered yet. I have found when I feel stuck ruminating on the past and allowing that resident to live rent free in my mind and it's costing me, I go back to journal entries. I revisit songs or videos where I see future me encouraging and uplifting and edifying. That lets me know there is power in my future. That lets me know that there's glimpses of it. So it is within me at any given moment. If I continue to give power to my past, there is a limit in where I can go. If you're worried about messing up your future, that means you care. And that means that your past is slowly losing its grip on you because you're so focused on fine tuning yourself to get further down the road that you don't want to slip up and fall back into your past self because your future is so bright. And the more that you stay consistent in what you're doing, the more that fear will begin to fade more and more. It may be a bit challenging at first. It may be very unpredictable, but you possess everything you need within you to get you to the future. If you've made it this far, that means you're going in the right direction. When you let go of your past, you are taking back control over the space in your mind, and you're taking back agency over your body. Your past will keep you prisoner for as long as it possibly can. It gets power from you being stuck. If you've made it this far, that means that you're tired of feeling powerless. And that means that you possess the power within you to break free from that hold. When you let go of a version of yourself that lets you down and you forgive that version of yourself, it gives you the ability to utilize that information that can be useful for the next thing that is happening in your life. When you look at circumstances and, failures as bumps in the road and as detours, everything that you've ever gone through that you've felt bad about, it becomes another ace in the hole. It becomes more to pull from to help somebody or to start that job or to get back out there and sing or whatever it may be. It gives you more fuel. Continue to ignite that fire that you've always felt that's inside you. Forgetting your past is setting yourself free to pursue your future and to pursue a version of yourself that has been waiting for you to get to it. You've dreamt about it. You've had visions. You've felt it. The closer that you get, the louder the past screams at you not to go. That means you're growing. You're outgrowing your past. That means you are stepping into a calling, stepping into your purpose. And when that takes place, the distractions fall like hail from the sky. Yeah, you might get hit. You may have some difficulty, but you possess everything you need to get through. If you think about it, you've done it time and time again. It's not the first time that you've ever faced an obstacle and got through. God has brought you through time and time again. So what's the difference between this circumstance today and something that you overcame 4 months ago? It may feel new, but it's not. You have gotten better each time that you faced an obstacle. You have handled it better every time. It's not so much important the facing the difficulties or having setbacks and failures. It is how you respond to them, because the difficulties, the setbacks, the failures, they're going to happen, but there can be no success without failure. No one has ever succeeded who hadn't failed, who hadn't run into some obstacle that challenged them. There must be a challenge for you to proceed to the next place. There is no growth in comfort. There is no growth in a completely peaceful environment. More often than not, people start to grow when they have no other choice, when their back is up against the wall. And if you're feeling like, I'm really sick of seeing this version of myself in the mirror, I'm ready to step it up, prepare yourself to face everything. Everything on the other side of that is waiting for you to get to them. And you pushing past all that is like a sculpture. You start with a mound of clay and you take away everything you don't need. And inside that is what you see. It's like the statue of David started with a block of clay, and someone might have seen clay, but they saw a statue. And so it's going to take a bit of pulling away. It's going to take you maybe chipping a nail or bleeding, but you're going to get to that statue. You're going to get to the finished product. It's just going to take time. When used correctly, is a wonderful tool. If you maximize what you can do with the time that you're given, you become limitless. So use your time wisely and don't be discouraged when challenges arise. That is a sign pressure is coming. And when pressure comes, you see diamonds. Be encouraged and continue to forget so that you can go forward into the future that is waiting for you. See you in the next video.